Now we're going to show you how to enter your addresses and your phone numbers in eCampus. It's really important that you enter your permanent address and your foreign address in eCampus correctly. Same with the phone numbers, because these four pieces of information will flow from your eCampus into your SEVIS immigration record. So you'll see that when we're entering your US address, there's very specific formatting requirements. That's because SEVIS requires these very particular formatting requirements. And if they're not met, then SEVIS will not accept the address as it's entered, and you'll get lots of emails from us saying, please correct your addresses in eCampus. So let's log into eCampus, and we'll show you how to enter all this information correctly. So go to scu.edu/ecampus. And this takes you to the eCampus login page. You're going to enter your user ID and your password. And when you log in, it will look like this. We're first going to enter our US and our foreign addresses. So I'm going to click on addresses. And some of you will already have 1, 2, or 3 addresses in your eCampus account. Some of you will not have any, some of you will have 1. We're only focused on the permanent address, which needs to be the address where you're living in the US, and the foreign address, which needs to be the address in your home country. If you're not sure what your home country is, think about which passport did you use to enter the US. That's the country that you need to be thinking about, and that's the address that you're going to put in the foreign address field. So first, let's enter our US address, and again, that's going to be in the permanent address field. If you don't have a permanent address showing up here, you're going to click Add a New Address. If you already have a permanent address here, you're going to click on Edit, and either way, it will take you to this screen. First, we're going to make sure we have the right country, so it needs to be the United States. If it's not, you're going to click Change Country. Just enter USA, click Look Up, and then choose USA. Okay, the example here is for an off-campus address. We have the street number, 1050. We have the street name, Benton Street. And then we have the unit or the apartment number, apartment 186 in this case. You'll notice that we did not put the name of the complex. You don't want to include the name of the complex, Park Central Apartments, Timberleaf Apartments. That should not be included as part of your US address. You'll also notice that I did not add any commas or periods or pound signs. There cannot be any additional symbols on this line. Again, these requirements are because this address will flow into your SEVIS record, and SEVIS will not accept any added symbols. So then you're going to leave address line 2 and line 3 blank. That's really important. You're going to enter the city. Here we have Santa Clara. Enter the state, CA for California, and then enter the postal code or the zip code, in this case 95050. County, we're going to leave this line blank as well. And this would be for an off-campus address. I'm going to show, it's a little bit different, the formatting requirements for an on-campus address, so I'm going to show you that. Again, this is for on-campus addresses only. You'll enter the street number, which is 500 El Camino Real. And then in this case, we are actually going to enter information on line 2. Again, this is for on-campus addresses only. So if I'm living in Swig Hall, I'm going to enter Swig Hall, comma, space, pound sign, and then my room number. I leave address line 3 blank. I enter the city as Santa Clara, the state, CA for California, and then the zip code, which in this case is 95053. And I click OK. Now we want to make sure under address types that only permanent is selected. If any of the other boxes are checked, we need to uncheck them because, for example, if we left mail checked and later went in and changed our mailing address, it would automatically change our permanent address, and we don't want this. So make sure everything is unchecked besides permanent. And then we're going to click Save. And then we'll click OK. And we'll see that we successfully updated or entered our permanent address. Again, this is our US address, where we are living in the US. So it cannot be a P.O. box number. Since we're only concerned with the permanent and the foreign address, if you see a mailing address or some other address type entered, leave it alone for now. We're going to go to the foreign address now. And again, this is going to be your address in your home country. So first we need to make sure that we select the right country. In this example, I'm going to use India. If you need to change the country, click on Change Country. You can enter the country name, look up, and then click on the country ID. And then address line 1, you enter the address. You may use more than one address line in this situation. For your foreign address, the formatting really doesn't matter. Addresses are listed very differently in different countries. Therefore, SEVIS does not have specific formatting requirements for your home country address. So if you need to use address line 2 or address line 3, that's fine. You enter the city. The PIN code is actually the postal code or the zip code, and then the state, which you can look up by clicking on this little magnifying glass icon. So you pick the appropriate state and then click OK. And again, we want to make sure that only foreign is selected here, and then we click Save. So now that we've entered our permanent and our foreign addresses correctly in eCampus, we're going to make sure that we have our phone numbers entered correctly as well. So at the top here you see different tabs, and we're going to click on the Phone Numbers tab. Again, some of you may have numbers listed already, some of you may have not have any phone numbers listed yet. The one we need to make sure that we have is the number in our home country. So for that one, the phone type needs to be perm/home. So select perm/home, enter the country code for your home country phone number, and then enter the phone number itself. And then if you have a US phone number, you need to enter that as well. And you can select whichever phone type is applicable. So if it's a cell phone, you can click mobile, for example. And then you're going to enter the area code first and then the rest of the phone number. And if you have a number in the US, it needs to be selected as your preferred number. If you have other phone numbers, you can enter those as well, but the main one we want to make sure is here is your permanent/home, which again should be the phone number in your home country. SEVIS requires at least one phone number. It's fine if you have more, but SEVIS wants a US phone number if you have it, and it wants a permanent home number or the number in your home country. So once we've finished entering our phone numbers, we're going to click Save and OK. And we've successfully entered our addresses and our phone numbers in eCampus. These will flow into our SEVIS immigration record, and we're all done.